Welcome to Snake Kitchen Adventures. Today we're dealing with sausages. I think these are actually just like pepperoni, whatever. Taste test. Good shit. This is like batch 8. I don't know why we made so much sausage, but we have it. It's like midnight. Ow, fuck, it's hot. This is venison. Tastes good. Tastes very good. Barbecue is not hot right now because it was smoking. The smoker. So I can grab it with my hands. Probably shouldn't, but I can. It's on the lowest setting. You let it smoke for 4 hours. Now what we do is we take them all off. Right? Oh, fuck, it's hot. Like, it's hot. Not, that one was painfully hot. Not burning level my hand hot, but just hot. Hot. Like, it's hot enough. Right? No, I'm gonna hit the pepperoni. Turn that off. And we'll take this on adventure. This is Crackhead, by the way, if you couldn't tell. I don't know where my partner is. Probably in bed at his house instead of mine. All right. So this was previous things. These are like a more hot flavor. This is the new flavor. I find, like, when I was asking what flavors it was, one below I think is a hot. Well, this one's supposed, or a mild. Well, this one's supposed to be like something else. I don't believe it. This one tastes like mild. The one underneath tastes hot. That's just my guess. They're really good though. Like, really good. So what we're doing now, since these are like pepperonis, not like you need to cook them because it was meat, right? What we do is you take them. I use like to break them here because it's easier to store. But what you do is you gotta put them all sort of like flat across each other on parchment paper. You don't want to stack them like that I did there. You want it to all sort of be flat like that. I'm just trying to find decent pieces. Still tastes really good. Like, by far, out of the whole sausage fest that we did this year, that I didn't record because I didn't want to deal with sausage this year with my family, these are by far my favorite, at least so far. I'll do a sausage cooking video later to show how I optimally cook sausage. It takes a while, but I have found many a way to make the sausage. These are like homemade pepperonis. The wrapping on it isn't paper, it's intestine, I'm pretty sure. I think it might be sheep intestine. You can't taste it. It's good, so I'm not gonna complain. People will be like, yo, that's weird, you're eating intestine, bro. And I'll be like, you know what? Whatever. I'm gonna wash my hand again. And I did wash my hands before I started recording. Gotta always wash your hands when you're dealing with this stuff, because it's food. Okay. Once again, no editing, because welcome to Dank Kitchen Adventures. We don't edit for shit here. Alright, so what we do now, fuck, we'll do it this way. This isn't gonna work, not that way. This way maybe? No, that won't fucking work either. Whatever, what we need to do now, you take the parchment paper, and you cover it, right? And then, now because I personally hate parchment paper things, it's not fun, we're gonna get the scissors, and we're gonna cut the strip, just to cover our container. There we go. So, and actually, we'll do this again. I'm gonna cut off this bit here, mainly just so this bit and this bit, mainly so when I put on this sheet, it goes over evenly. That's my thought process, but I'm also a crackhead, so I don't normally think. That's just the way it is. It is what it is, as they say in the business. There's a fair bit here that I don't want to cut out, so you know what that? Throw it all in the garbage. More in the garbage. And lastly, more in the garbage. Okay. So, now you take this, right? Oh, my head itches. Part of the fit. More with the fit in there, actually. I should mark it so I know which one's which. Like, and by mark it, I mean, just put like a Sharpie or something so I know the flavor change when I go to wrap these later. Alright, there we go. Now back to this. I could be using a knife to break it, but because it's already cooked, a lot of these you can just sort of break. This one I'm actually going to use the knife for. Say as I break it. So what you'd do with the knife is you just do this, push, normally away from your body. I was too close there, but yeah, you'd like put it in between, push out with the knife. I'm using a serrated knife. You probably shouldn't be using a serrated knife. Serrated knife wouldn't be as useful, personally, I feel. This is the guy who's using the serrated knife though. And that's mainly just because a flat-bladed knife would get under there a lot better and you wouldn't need, because you're not trying to cut at it, you're trying to snap it. So I can do it with in between my fingers. I'm not even using fingernails, not that I have any. Just put it sort of in a under pressure and just push up while my thumb's pushing down on the one, like that. And then breaks pretty easy. Again, lining them all up though. And then put all this down. We were doing this to let it air dry. Yeah, because you're not freezing them and they need to be cooled. We might freeze these. I actually don't fucking know. But since they're already cooked, we need to cool them down before we can wrap them and all that and deal with all that. Oh, it sucks. I'm gonna have to make another layer. Let's see, anything nothing else I can do. I'm just gonna try and flatten it out a little bit. Just fit as many in here as I can. This is a pretty charred one. You can see it's fully cooked through, and you can see this one is probably on the edge, which is why it's burned. And compared to the other ones, I'm gonna bite into one because I'm gonna eat this. This one, you can sort of see the intestine isn't burned as much, but yeah. And the intestine's safe to eat. That's why we use intestine mainly. Okay. So, I don't even know. Oh fuck. Let's wait a second. Finish this. I haven't really eaten today. This is why I'm eating so much of these. Probably should have eaten today because it's like night now. It's 1 in the morning. I still have a garbage vlog to film, but we'll deal with that later. Okay. I have another layer to cut now. Past the 10-minute mark, which is pretty crazy. The normal video is not 10 minutes on this channel, but it'll start becoming like that when we start filming new videos. So, once again, find the juice spot of the scissors and totally mess it. Put it on. Doesn't have to fit perfectly. I'm not showing you because I don't have to use hands. And just like this, you have it. So, I'm gonna weigh him down with some pepperoni. Because, of course, when you're cooking and you need a paperweight for something, your food is always the best paperweight. Especially when what you're doing needs to go on there anyways. And I broke that, but you can see sort of how it's cooked through. The intestine is just kind of there. More there just so it keeps its shape. It doesn't give its flavor or anything. It's just like a very thin film over top of it. It can break and pop and all that, but you have to have when you're making it because it will keep the shape of the circle, because otherwise you're just going to end up with something more like burger meat, ground beef, ground venison and stuff, because that's all this is. That you grind up the meat, stuff it inside the intestine, and then cook it, and that's what you get. Okay, so that's done. What we're gonna do is wash my hand again. Washing hands so much, mainly just because I don't like the feeling when I'm grabbing and doing other stuff. It's not as fun. Put that in there. Wash that later. Put this on here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on the front porch. All the way over here. Okay, where's the handle door? Oh, there it is. There we go, there we go. this door is bad because it will lock on me if I'm not careful. So we have to be careful. No. Put that there. Maybe. No. So put it in the room. Let's see. Can I film this room? Yes, I can. Although I probably would have just done it otherwise. Okay. So that's where it's going to stay. 4 layers of pepperoni. And I'm going to keep it in this room, mainly just because there's a bunch of other stuff. I'm going to eat a pickle and grab some carrots for later. This is also homemade pickles. Fun fact about pickles, the longer you let them ferment, the better. If you're going to try and open this, it's always that seal. When it's homemade, that's the hardest. Just use pressure on this to open it. And pickles. Good dill pickle. Alright, that was Crackhead Makes Pepperoni Part 3. Thanks for watching, and have good luck making your pepperoni.